live yet, and I think we are. I might be a few minutes early. And hello, hello, I see somebody with me. Let me just put this back where it belongs. I see 2 people have joined me already, and until you say hello and let me know where you're calling from or where I get the pleasure of seeing you from, I will not call out your name because I just want to be respectful of your privacy if you don't want to know. Hello, Darlene. Thanks for saying hi. Hi, Shell. Welcome here. So, yeah, this happened yesterday. For those who don't know me for years and years, I had on purpose dyed my hair this silvery gray just because it's kind of in style right now and thought I would enjoy it. Hi, Christine. Welcome here. Hello, Karen. Hello, Shelley. Hi, Kathy. Just saying hi to all these names that have popped on. If you're new here, please say hi and give us a shout out and let us know where you're from. We would love to say hi to you personally. So nice to see my friends. Oh, makes my heart smile. Makes my heart smile. So anyway, for those of you who have not known me for years, the kind of silvery look that I was sporting is not my natural color. And hi, Mona Lisa. Welcome here. It's so nice that you said hi. And so anyway, yesterday when I had a hair appointment, I said to my girl, you know what? I'm kind of tired of my gray look, so can we go back to my natural color? So this isn't quite my natural color. My natural color is more on the cool side. It's actually darker than this. So I'm not sure if I'm liking this warm color very much, but anyway, this is closer to my natural color. Thank you, Kathy. I mean, I don't care for the way it's styled right now, but you know what? It's all good. I don't have time to print myself up. So welcome here for everyone who is here. I'm so thrilled to see all your names scrolling up. Unless you jump out and say a personal hello, I will not call you out. Thank you, Chris. That's very nice. Don't forget to share. I will add your name to my share bucket, and I will draw a name next week for the winner for those that shared this week. So, of course, at the end of this video today, I'm going to draw a name for those who shared last week. So be sure to stick around for that. I want to show you, and I did send out an invite if anybody is interested in this little mini album. So I'm going to bring the camera down because I think it's going to be easier to show you that way. And if you didn't get an invite to this and you would like one, give me a shout out. And I'll watch as the names scroll by, and I'll be sure to add you to my list. So let's bring the camera down. If you get dizzy, close your eyes. Here we go. Let's get this set up properly. And it's not behaving. There we go. And let's turn the volume off here so I'm not echoing. You know what I did? I brought my my tripod up higher the other day when I was working on a video. So hello for anyone that has just popped on. Be sure to let us know where you're from so I can say hi to you. Unless you shout out. Cheryl, thank you for sharing. You know what? Let me add your name to my draw. So here's my names for last week for those that shared. And where did my little tickets go? There they are. So when you share, Karen, thank you for sharing. I will add your name for next week's draw. Okay, let's keep those in there so I don't get mixed up. I hope you can hear me. I think my microphone is facing the right way. Okay, so Karen, you shared. And Karen, I don't know if you want me to do this, but you know what, honey? I'm going to do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my dear friend Karen. Happy birthday to you. And Darlene, you shared. Let me put your name down. So happy birthday, Karen. Yesterday was Karen's birthday. So I called you out, girlfriend. Okay, if anybody else shares, please let me know so I can add your name. Let me just get my cord out of the way here. Okay. Is there any way to make it louder? You know what? On my end, there isn't, Chris. There's no way to make it louder. Oftentimes, it's actually at your end. I know, and Dar, sorry if I'm calling you out here. Darlene purchased like one of these little mini, what am I trying to say? Speakers. And it's a Bluetooth speaker and it connects to your device. So oftentimes it's actually your device. So my phone is turned up as loud as it can go. And so I'm thinking that it might be at your end, Chris. Sorry about that. Shelley, you shared. Thank you, sweetheart. I will add your name as well. I keep looking up because some people do not spell Shelley with that extra H. It was louder when I first came down. Yeah, you know what? Probably because when I was bringing the my camera down, Chris, my voice was probably really close to the microphone. I will try to speak louder. So if you would like to place an online order, please use the host code. And I said that it expires April 15th. You know what? With a lot of the items on retired, I'm actually going to send that out tonight. So if there is something that you want, yeah, sorry girls, I don't know why it's quiet. That just really bugs me. And I had a little microphone and it was giving me action before. So I'll try to speak up. I will try to speak up. So I'm going to place an order tonight. So if you do want to place an order, please use that host code because a lot of the items are flying off the shelf. So here's this little book that I want to show you. And I created this using manila folders that I bought at the Dollar Tree. And if you are interested in purchasing the YouTube video for it, because it is a private YouTube, I can send that out to you. Just let me know that you're interested. So this is a manila folder cut to size and designed with various goodies from Stampin' Up. And there's a pocket here that pulls out. This is a pocket, okay? Hello, I see some more names popping in here. Unless you say hello, I will not call your name out, but I want to welcome you for popping in. Here's another pocket. So this is just the way that the book is put together. And so the YouTube video that I created will walk you through this step by step on how to put the entire thing together, okay? So if you are interested in a link for that, Sharon, welcome here. Sharon is my dear cousin from Edmonton. Oh my goodness, so nice to see your name. This pops out here as well, okay? So if you are interested in this YouTube video on how to create this little mini album, I mean, how sweet is that to sit on your coffee table or whatever. So I'm going to get good and sticky with my grandkids this summer, eating ice cream and popsicles, and I am just going to populate the pictures in this little album once that happens, okay? So if you are interested in the step-by-step tutorial for this, let me know, and I will send you a link to register for that class, and it's $15 for that YouTube video, and then you just tie a little bow and you are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this away. If anybody does want to place an order, use that host code. Once this is gone and you don't see it, if you do want to place an order, let me know. Okay, so here is why we are all here today, and it's lovely to see your names. So this is March's Paper Pumpkin, and of course I've gone through the box already, so it's a little bit of a mess in here, but I just want to show you some of the things that happen with your Paper Pumpkin box when you get it. So when you do get a Paper Pumpkin box, not everybody is aware, everything that you need to create is in this box, okay? So from adhesives to a little Stampin' Spot, everything that you need is in here. And every month it's different, and we never know what it is until we do get it. Is this paper still available? Karen, yes it is, and it is called, hang on, let me pull it out. Hang on. It is called Ice Cream Corner design paper, and it is still available. I mean, look at that. It is, well, Stampin' Up paper is always gorgeous, but this, and there's the ice cream cones. And yeah, I dug through here already, so there's a lot of it that is missing, but you've got ice cream cones, you've got sprinkles. This is the back of one of the pages, and you know what I used for that? I used the foam adhesive sheets. So I adhered my design paper to my adhesive sheet. So I pulled that out, and this is what they look like. It's like a giant dimensional, okay? So you just peel this off like so, and then I put the design paper down on there, cut it to size, I believe it was 4 by 4, and then I cut it out using the playful alphabets. So you could have it say whatever you want it to say. This is summer 2021. I designed a card for a friend who wanted a special birthday card for her grandson, and she wanted his name on it. And so I used the foam adhesive sheets, and I cut out his names, so it became a very personalized birthday card for him, which is always sweet. So that is the lowdown on that. Let's tuck that away. You're welcome, Karen. Okay, so in the Paper Pumpkin box, everything that you need is in there. In this month's, you got a sponge. You also got, and I didn't play a lot with these, but I did make one card with it. These are masks that you would put down on your cardstock, and you would pull out your brushes, okay, or a sponge, and you would pick up your ink, and you would ink these up. Now, I did create a card using that, and I'll show that to you later. So the stamping spot that came with this particular one is Calypso Coral. Here's your Stampin' Dimensionals. Here is some of the design paper that was in this particular kit. And this design paper was actually cut. Let me pull that out. That design paper, this kit makes 8 cards. This design paper was actually cut to slip into here like so, and to decorate your envelope. Isn't that sweet? Now, there's 4 of these. There is 4 of these, and let me show you what that's all about. So there's your 8 cards that would slip into your 8 envelopes. So that is in the package. You've got these little die cuts that you could pull out, and there are 8 of those as well. Now, in your Paper Pumpkin, You're also going to receive instructions, okay? Go out and come back in. Oh, okay, yeah, because at my end, it doesn't look like I'm freezing. So you would pull 8 of these out, okay? You also have little tabs to stamp your sentiments on. I obviously used that one on a card, and there's one that I pulled out. That's just, I'll explain that in a minute. Here's one of your card bases. So they come pre-scored, and there's 4 like this, okay? I actually did not use that one today. Here's the other envelope inserts, okay? And I'm gonna show you what this is all about in a minute. Here's your stamps, so that's what comes in there. Here's your instructions. I like to be a rebel and I don't follow the instructions. Pretty much the only thing I do when I get my kit is I look on the back here and it tells me my coordinating Stampin' Up colors. And that's the beautiful thing about Stampin' Up. Everything just melds together. Some more tags for stamping sentiments on. I pulled that one out. Some little card panels, and you received, you received 4 of these. I used one. I've got one set aside and waiting for me. These did not come in the kit. I accidentally put those there. Here's another card base. 4 of those. This is pretty peacock, one of the retiring colors. Here are the retiring colors right here. So if there is a color in here that you love pertaining to cardstock, although Rococo Rose is sold out, the cardstock, so you really need to grab your things now if you are interested in some of the retiring in colors. There's your 8 envelopes and your card base, okay? And everything comes wrapped in a tissue. So that's just a really super quick flyby for those who are not aware of what PaperPumpkin is all about. Let me show you what I created with my card, okay? Tuck that away. Don't forget to share. I will add your name. So far I have, oh, let's not put that in there. So far I have Shelley, Dar, Karen, and Cheryl that shared, and their names are going in for my draw for next week, okay? Let's start with this card, okay? So this was actually the first one that I created this morning using the PaperPumpkin. Well, hello, my dear friend. I see that you just popped on, but unless you call out your name and say hello, I'm not going to call you out, okay? Just to be respectful of your privacy. But it's so nice to see your name. So here's the card that I created using my PaperPumpkin, doing my own thing because I wanted to be a rebel. I took a standard A2 card base, which measures, let me move this to the side. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored at 4 1/4, okay? So that was the beginning of that. I took the little panel that was inside my PaperPumpkin, okay? And I put some adhesive behind it, and I grabbed Tombow. You can also grab, whoops, your Stampin' Seal if you want. I got a little bit of adhesive on my table. And then I took, this was part of, let me show you. This was part of my card base, okay? I cut this to size, and this measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. But I popped a hole in it using the Stitched Shapes dies, okay? which, let me show you that. Stitched shape framelits, and you know what? These are retiring. If you do not have them, I highly recommend. I will not be getting rid of mine. When it comes to shapes like this, I don't like to get rid of them. So the stitched shape dies. Say that fast 5 times right now, everybody, and let me know if you fumble with it. You've got circles, you've got ovals, and you also have squares. Okay? This is, in my opinion, a must-have. So you've got 4 squares, 4 ovals, 4 circles. And that's what I did with this. And I'm going to show you on another card why I actually cut that out. Okay? So then what I did with this was I grabbed my, wrong bucket. I grabbed my dimensionals, and I want some larger ones for this. So remember how I was, well, Darlene, thank you for that little wink. I don't know if anybody had noticed how annoying I am actually. When I put that call out, I think about 2 weeks ago for the first time, I had said, I would love to be at 100 subscribers for my birthday on my YouTube channel. And if you go to YouTube and you Google Denise Willerton, you will find me. If you hit the subscribe button, I'm at 89. I was at 27 when I started calling that out. Can you believe it? So then what I did after I put dimensionals back there is I put that, oh, you know what? I took my backing off already. I wanted the twine. Where did I put my twine? It rolled away somewhere. I don't see it. Well, I wouldn't have put it away. Oh, too bad. Oh, there it is. Okay, this actually also came in. Thank you, Cheryl. This also came in your PaperPumpkin kit. So what I did was I measured. I wanted my bow at this end, and I want something to work with. And then I wrapped it around, whoops, grabbed that. I wrapped it around twice. Let's give that a snip. I'm sticking everywhere. I've got adhesive on my table. I'm in a bad way. So Cheryl, did you just subscribe now? Or had you before? Let's get, when things start getting sticky, grab your silicone mat. It's the best. Okay, so I need to make sure that I'm in shot here. See how I'm sticking everywhere? I want to create my bow right about there. And it's really loose. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do a little trick. Let's pick that up. See how I'm sticking, but not really, to my silicone mat? I'm really loose at the front. See that? But if I pull this at the back, let's get a little strip of Stampin' Seal on there, like so. And let's put that down on there, and if I pick this up and adhere that like so, I have taken care of the slack. And I am going to pop a dimensional on top of that. Cheryl, thank you for doing that. Maybe it was your name that popped me up to 89. Okay, so see how it's nice and taut now? And let's just pull that down where we want it. Now we can put that onto our card. Like so. Now we're going to grab, I thought I had this already. I'm digging back in my PaperPumpkin box for my little panels. Let's pull that one out because I'm going to need it. And let's pull that out. And that. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to create the same thing that I did before. I'm going to take the little sentiment tags and I'm going to grab my Stamparatus. When I'm doing sentiments, I really gravitate to my Stamparatus because I don't trust my stamping with a block, especially when it's sentiments. Now with the PaperPumpkin, the stamps are, I didn't pull those out either, or did I? Wow, I'm a mess. So you know what happened last night? I could not fall asleep. I finally crawled out of bed at about 2:30 and made my way to the couch because my wheels were turning. All I could think of was how I was going to do my PaperPumpkin today, and I didn't end up doing anything that popped into my head. But anyway, I could not sleep. So onto the couch I went. So here's where I was going. With your PaperPumpkin, they're always photopolymer, so you're going to need your little mat just to give you the height that you need in your Stamparatus. Okay, let's get that on so it's not upside down. The sentiment says, may your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. And I'm going to grab my memento, and I don't know where this will work. I like to put a stamp case. That's a little sneak peek of something that we're going to do in a bit. Let's get that nicely inked up. And I want to make sure that this does not go anywhere, because if I have to stamp it again, I want to make sure that my paper that is under here does not move. Okay, so let's just give that a little press. And it didn't move. And I'm just going to ink it up a little bit. It's really good, but like it's nice and dark here. My Your Journey did not come through quite enough. So I'm just going to massage it a little bit there. There we go. That's better. Let's put some dimensionals behind that. So if anybody is interested in purchasing some of the soon-to-be retired items, flying off the shelf, by the way, let me know, because I am placing an order this evening. Okay, let's get some dimensionals back here. So Cheryl, did you get home early from work today? I had to go on early because I have a 4 o'clock meeting. And so I'm pleasantly surprised that you're here, because I thought you couldn't make it. So now we're going to pop that. I don't want to hide my bow, and I want to be on the edge here, like so. And I want my bow a little bit bigger on that side. There we go. Now let's grab, I had everything, or I thought I had everything ready. What is my problem today? Maybe lack of sleep. There they are. The Champagne Rhinestones. These are not retiring. which I'm excited about because I adore these. But you know what is retiring? Because I want to do that on there. Let's take this off. I didn't clean it, but I will clean it later. It's all over my fingers. I'm going to grab my homemade misting box. Hopefully you can see this. You know what is retiring, and I'm very sad? The champagne mist. It is retiring, but guess what? I'm ordering some. So in here, I've got about 6 drops of champagne mist, and I also have some rubbing alcohol. I'm going to give it a shake. Oh, you work through your breaks to come home early, Cheryl? That's brilliant. Give it a shake. Make sure that your nozzle is pointing to your card. Don't ask me why I mentioned that, okay? Because that would be embarrassing. And I'm going to spritz my card just like that. So if you are interested in purchasing some champagne mist, please let me know. Oh, Kathy, aren't you glad you bought some? I love that stuff. And the little spray bottle is also Stampin' Up. So I don't know if you can see the shine or the shimmer that is now on the card. It just takes your whole card to a new level. You know what I did? I forgot to stamp my trees, but it's too late now. I'm happy with the way this card looks. They don't have to be all the same. Let's move down into the screen. I'm going to pick up one of my champagne mists, or one of my champagne rhinestones, and they're gorgeous. And I'm just going to put 2 on there. I like to work in 3s, but with my bow, I'm feeling like I've got a nice balance there. Okay, so this first card is complete. Okay. Let's move on to card number 2 that I did. So here's what I did with card number 2. And I misted it as well. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't stamped anything on the inside yet, but let me show you how I created this one. Move all of that to the side. I took my stitched shape framelits, and again, they are retiring. I took the first 2 in the circles, and I grabbed this cut from here. That's what that was all about, and it's pre-done, okay? And then on the card bases that were in the PaperPumpkin kit, I took the larger die, and that's where I got that, okay? So that's how that card was created with my March PaperPumpkin, using those. Now what this card base is, let me show you. I'm going to show you a little trick. This is just your standard A2 card base, okay? It measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Now, if you take 4 1/4 and you divide that by 2, your halfway point is 2 1/8, okay? So on this one, I scored at 2 1/8 to give me that type of a card base. On this one, on purpose, because I just wanted to do something different, rather than scoring, I cut it at 2 1/8. And that's how I came up with this, okay? So let's set that aside. A very simple card. I took a piece of cardstock, and this is Petal Pink, and that banner measures 5 3/8. Look how dirty I am. Oh my goodness, 5 3/8, whoops, by 2 inches, okay? That's what this panel measures. And I ran that through my embossing folder. I left it at my cut and emboss machine. I ran that through the Subtles embossing folder. That is another item that is on the retired list, okay? So if you are interested in the Subtles embossing folder, now would be a great time to grab it before it's gone. It's beautiful. I love the subtleness of it. It's just gorgeous. I guess it would help if I put it in the camera, right? I'm at the wrong end here. And I've often, when I've run card stock through the Subtles, I've ran it through this way, and then I've also put it in and ran it through again, and it just gives it a really neat kind of checkerboard look, which is really kind of cool. I'm going to grab my silicone mat so I don't get glue all over the table like I did before. I've got a table to wash now. Let's put a little strip of that down, like so. And let's place this down. Okay, and I also shimmer misted this entire card too once I was finished. Then I'm going to take my Pacific Point, or my my Pretty Peacock, and the design paper that came in my Paper Pumpkin, and let's get some adhesive behind there. Like so. And then I took my little, whoops, I just ripped that tree off. I want 3. Let's grab this one. Mind you, I could probably save it. I'm going to save it just to show you that. See how I accidentally ripped it? There are no oopses. There are no oopses. Don't forget to stay to the end for the draw. And now what I did, let's get that pressed down a little bit better. I need my sentiment. Let's do the same thing that I did before so I'm not overthinking everything. And I am just going to place that right there. Let's grab Happy Birthday. With all the cards that I create, you think I would be good at sending out cards, and you know what? I'm here to confess, I'm so bad at that. I'm so bad at not sending out the card. Let's use Pretty Peacock. This color is retiring. If you are interested in it, let me know. Now see how I've got a little bit of ink on my window? I'm not worried about it. You can really see it here because that's not going to really touch anything. Let's get our happy birthday happening, like so. We're just about finished this card. I want to be careful because I want to make sure that my ink has actually set. And I'm going to give that a wipe because it just looks too juicy to not clean up. Okay. Now I want to put my trees down on here, but the first thing I'm going to do is my sentiment. And let's put some adhesive behind that. Everybody else must be very tired as well because you are all so quiet today. I am going to leave just a smidge of a border. I'm going to cut whatever is left right there, and see how this is overhanging. You know what, I'm going to leave it this time just for something different. Okay, I'm going to place that down on my circle. Who's excited to see the third card? I used one of the masks for the third card. So remember my little tree that I accidentally ripped? We're going to take care of that in a minute. Let's put this guy down right here, like so. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive behind my poor little tree that I tore off. Pick that up with my tweezers. It'll make it a whole lot easier. And voila. Get that straight. There. You would never know. Now we're going to put dimensionals behind this. I want this on that part of the card, so I know I want to stay in this area right here. Okay? I did not want to, not right off the hop anyway. Darlene, you're working on your baskets. They are so sweet. Darlene is making, I think, 163 baskets for the assisted living home that her parents live in. Then what I did was, you guessed it, I grabbed my little shimmer box and I gave that a shake. And what you can do is take a piece of scrap paper if you don't want any shimmer on the inside of your card, and then there you go. That's it. Do you see the shimmer on there? Got a little bit of... I love my shimmer mist. I am stocking up on it because I am going to miss that so much when it's gone. So that is the second card. Now my third card. Super quick. Did I even cut? I don't think I cut out pieces for this, or maybe I did. Maybe that's it. Okay, I cut out one. I cut out one piece just so I could show you how I actually created that. Oh, 100 and some extras. Way to go, Darlene. So is that not the sweetest? I love this stamp set, Treasures of Life. It's all about grandparenthood, but I created this card. Congratulations on your newest little treasure, okay? So it doesn't have to be for grandparents. And then on the front of it, what I did was I cut this, or I stamped this image. I did everything in Pretty Peacock. I stamped this image. Thank you for the hearts. And then I fussy cut it, okay? And I stamped this sentiment, and the love only grows, and then you saw the inside. And then on the envelope, I stamped with this little baby's hand with I love you, and grandma's hands nestling it, okay? Such a cute card. But I'm not going to put the whole thing together. This was, this card base is, what is it? It is 5.5 by 5.5 by 10.5, scored at 5 1/4. This Pretty Peacock, and I also ran that through the Subtles embossing folder, that measures 5 by 5. This little border here, this white piece of cardstock, measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Jean, thank you so much. This is how I created this card. I started with a piece of scratch paper. Let me fold that in half. There's some names on there that I scribbled. Okay, let's tuck that away here. So I took my 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then I went rummaging through my paper pumpkin to pull out one of the masks that came with it, and I pulled out the stars, and I laid this down. So this is 4 by 4, but I wanted this little square panel a little bit bigger because I wanted to kind of frame it out myself. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I love it. So now once you get that down, you want to be careful that you don't go anywhere with it. You want to make sure it sits nice. You know what? My scratch paper is not flat. There we go. So I like where that is situated. Then you're going to open up your stamp, your ink pad, and you're going to grab a brush. And once you start brushing, you want to make sure that your mask does not move, okay? Sorry for that glare. Let's see if, no, you know what? That glare is happening because of the lights over my head. Is that going to help if I go up here? Maybe I'm dragged away from it. No, I'm going to have to come down a little bit. Let me turn this one off. That might help. Okay. We're going to hold this down and make sure it's not going anywhere, okay? I'm going to pick up some ink on my stamp pad or on my ink pad, and I'm just going to, in a circular motion, and I want to make sure that I'm catching the edges as well, okay? You can see the color happening. Now I'm not going to create this entire card. I'm just going to show you where I started. See how these little blobs are happening? It's because I went down first. I should have gone off a little bit. I think I've got a lot of ink on here because it just feels pretty sticky. And then I'm going to take my scratch paper and just move it that way. Get my fingers out of the way. And these masks, they wash up very nicely under the sink with warm water. You want to be careful that you don't accidentally bend them, because they will bend on you. I moved, okay? But I can very carefully eyeball and replace, like so, okay? I am going to call out those who shared last week. Yes, I am using Pretty Peacock here, Christine. That's what I've got, okay? And this is a retired color. It's, you know what? I'm really sad to see these retired colors go. I loved them for 2 years. They've been so fun. Okay? I want to make sure that I've got my edges nicely inked now. Pick up a little more. like so. My mask has moved just a smidge. And voila, let me take this backing off so you can see it, okay? This I'm gonna tuck away. Look how messy I am. I have to wash that now. So then again, this is what I did. See how there's more stars up at the top and fewer at the bottom? Not that there's really a top and bottom, but you can decide which way you want it to go. It can go that way. It doesn't really matter where the stars are falling and they're gathering at the bottom. You can do it that way as well. There's no right or wrong, but what I did was after this happened, I placed that down on my pretty peacock panel. You're welcome, Chris. Oh, Jean, you're welcome. I'm so glad. Like, that's what this is all about, is just learning little tips and tricks. And so then once this was down on my panel, and I just used Tombow, you can use Tombow or you can use your Stampin' Seal. I placed that straight down on there. I stamped this girl in Pretty Peacock. I fussy cut her. Grandma and Baby, I used dimensionals to give it a little bit of height. See how that has a little bit of height? Then I stamped And the Love Only Grows, and I used dimensionals on that. I put that whole thing down on my card base. Thank you, Karen. And then on the inside, I did congratulations on your new little treasure, and I did the little hands, and I did the same thing. Normally what I always do is I always stamp an image on the inside of my card, and whatever image I stamp on the inside of my card is also the image that I stamp on my envelope, like so. So when the postman delivers it, he gets a little bit of love too, or when you receive your card in the mail, you have this beautiful image beside your address and my return address. So that was my third super quick card that I created using my PaperPumpkin. So card number 3, which I didn't fully recreate for you, card number 2, and card number 1, although I forgot to do some of the stamping. One of the stamps that is in this set are these little birds, okay? And that's what this is, are the little birds. Karen, I found those envelopes at Staples, okay? So you can buy square envelopes at Staples. You can buy them in a small pack. I bought mine years and years ago for when I do classes and I teach a square card. Then I had envelopes for them. So I bought a box of, I can't remember, it's either 250 or 500 in the box. So I went big. I bought big. So there's the stamp set that I used, and I love this stamp set. I don't know if this is retiring yet. I have not heard, but for me, that's a staple. I will never get rid of that stamp set, even if it does retire. Okay, the camera is going to come up so that I can draw my names from last week, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Here we go, camera is coming up. Like so, and I don't know where I am placed. Oh, my fingers are so dirty. I have dirty fingers. Whoops, I've chopped my head off. No, I'm good. Okay, so last week, my head is chopped off a little bit. Let's just back up. Last week, for those that shared, and I hope you're still here, I see some gals had to leave. I've got Barb, I've got Sherry T, I've got Karen, and I know you're still here, and Barb, you're still here. Tracy M was unable to make it today. Susan FP as well. Darlene. Carol. Gail. and Connie created a card and following the sketch that I did last week, and she tagged me, so Connie's name is going in for the draw. And you know what? I actually want to do something different this time, so I'm not clunking around in there. Here are all the names. Oh, and I brought my table up. Well, the names are, do you girls trust me? The names are upside down. Oh, that's not going to work. Never mind. Never mind. Thought has left. So the names are all in the bucket. I'll get it straight yet. So let me know if you are interested in my little mini album. If you want, I mean, I can send you the invite anyway, and you can either reply or not reply. So I am choosing a winner for my Paper Pumpkin card for this week. And the winner is, I have one name here, the winner is Susan FP. And so Susan, I will have to get a hold of her and find out what her address is and mail her her card. So I'm excited for Susan, and I'm sorry for everybody else that didn't win. So I'm going to tuck that card in there. So the people that shared today, whose names are going in my bucket, Karen, Shelley H, Cheryl P, and Darlene. Okay, so your names are all going in my bucket for next week. Make sure that it's empty, and there we go. So thank you for visiting me today, and sorry it just seems like a whirlwind. I just have so much on the go, and I'm living on like 3.5 hours of sleep, so I'm kind of out of it. I'm a little bit kind of scatterbrained here today, but I'm so glad that you came by and that you hung in there with me. So thank you so much for that. I didn't even introduce myself at the beginning, but anyway, you all know who I am. So thank you for coming by, and Karen, you're so sweet congratulating Susan like that. I'm gonna have to get a hold of her and let her know that she won. Have a lovely rest of the day. Have a wonderful weekend. It's almost here. For those who are in Winnipeg, enjoy your weekend. Well, everybody enjoy your weekend. But Winnipeg people, enjoy your Monday. Apparently it's going up to 18 or something like that. So make sure you get outside. Yeah, have a fantastic weekend, everyone. And again, thank you so much for popping by. Good night, Kathy. Nice to see all of these beautiful names here. You've made my day. I hope you have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.